The story starts in a quiet church where people have come for Cody's funeral. He was 39 when he died. His mother, Linda, and his brothers are very sad and are there to say goodbye. But things don't stay peaceful. The pastor begins talking badly about Cody, bringing up all the wrong things he did when he was alive. Instead of saying nice things, he blames Linda for not raising her sons well and says they caused problems in the town. Linda gets very hurt and angry. She tells her sons to take Cody's body out of the church. She feels the pastor's daughter, Ava, who is married to Linda's son Dallas, is also part of the problem. Ava always tries to make their family look good in front of others, but the world still judges them. As the brothers carry Cody's body out, chaos fills the church. Ava tries to stop the fight, but Linda blames her. Even Dallas turns away from Ava. After the funeral, Ava meets her best friend, Rona, and Rona's husband, Jim. Rona says the family acted badly, but Ava thinks it's not the right time to talk about it. Jim offers to check on Dallas, but Ava says she will go herself since she's his wife. Later, Ava visits her parents. Her father was the one who led the funeral and says he's sorry things got so messy. He explains that he tried to stay calm, but the Bertrand family's past problems made it hard. He tells Ava she should leave Dallas, but Ava still wants to save her marriage. Her parents say they'll support her no matter what. That night, Ava goes to see Dallas. She tries to comfort him, but he gets very angry. He thinks Ava invited his family to make fun of them. He says she always wants to change him and doesn't accept who he really is. He drives away with his brothers, and Ava stays in the car, hoping he'll come back. When he doesn't, she follows him to a bar. At the bar, Ava asks the oldest brother, Morris, to tell Dallas to come home. She has work the next day and needs him to return. On her way out, she meets Benji, an old friend. They say hello, but then Dallas and his brothers show up and seem angry. Years ago, they bullied Benji, and they start acting mean again. But the bar owner makes them leave with a shotgun. Outside, Dallas wants to drive even though he's drunk. He and Morris start fighting. Later that night, Ava finds Dallas feeling sad and full of guilt. He says he feels like a bad person and thinks he caused his dad's death. Ava tries to show him love and support. The next morning, she makes breakfast and gets ready for work, but Dallas ignores her. She picks up Rona, and they go to work. In the car, Rona says sorry for being too harsh after the funeral. She tells Ava she's giving too much to someone who doesn't care enough. Ava doesn't agree, but she listens. That evening, Ava and Dallas were supposed to meet Jim and Rona for dinner. Ava hurries to get ready, but Dallas leaves without her. At the restaurant, Ava tries to stay calm, but Dallas gets angry again and says he wants a divorce. He leaves her there, and Jim tries to calm him down. On the way home, Ava tells Rona she gave the best years of her life to Dallas. Now that she's almost 40, she feels invisible. Rona tells her she's still strong and has a bright future. When they reach home, Rona gives Ava a letter. It lists all the ways Dallas hurt her emotionally. Ava doesn't want to read it at first, but Rona says it will help her heal. Ava takes a break from work and stays with her parents. She tells them Dallas wants a divorce, even after all she did to save their marriage. Her parents comfort her and say they know she tried her best. Over the next few days, Ava focuses on getting better. She starts working out and building her strength. One day, her mom reads the letter from Rona and cries. She feels bad for not seeing how much Ava was hurting. Ava says it's not her mom's fault. She thought she could help Dallas become better, but ended up getting hurt. They decide not to show the letter to her dad because he might get too angry. Later, Ava thanks Rona on the phone for helping her at work. Her dad asks her to go to the feed store with him, like they did when she was younger. At the store, she sees Benji again. Later, she finds out her dad planned this on purpose, hoping it would cheer her up. But Ava doesn't want to talk much. The next day in church, her dad gives a speech about knowing when it's time to let go of a broken relationship. His words touch Ava, and she starts crying. She asks her mom if the message was meant for her, but her mom says it just happened that way. Maybe it was a sign. After the service, Benji talks to Ava again. He shares how he also felt a lot of pain during his own divorce. He says he's there to listen, but Ava still isn't ready to open up. That night, Ava tells her parents to stop trying to push her and Benji together. She says that being with someone new won't fix her pain. Her dad shows her old videos of her happy moments, before and after her wedding. Ava looks much happier before. Her dad reminds her that she doesn't need to stay in a life that makes her sad. That night, the family has a quiet, emotional moment together. The next day, Ava calls Rona and says she feels stronger and is ready to go back to work. Rona is happy and promises to be there for her. That evening, Ava's parents take her to a local fair. There, she sees Benji again. This time, she walks over and starts talking to him. They leave the noisy fair and walk together, sharing stories and memories. As they talk and drink whiskey, they wonder what would have happened if they had stayed friends all these years. In the heat of the moment, Ava invites Benji to get closer to her. But Benji doesn't take advantage. He says it wouldn't be right and would just feel like revenge against Dallas. He wants things to be real and says he's willing to wait for Ava, no matter how long. The next morning, Ava feels calmer. Benji asks for a phone number, but Ava says no. She's not ready to let someone new into her life just yet. Ava was thankful that Benji didn't take advantage of her feelings the night before. He had respected her, and that meant a lot to her. Feeling a bit stronger, she went back to Atlanta and returned to her job. Her heart felt lighter, and she thought things were finally starting to get better. But trouble soon found her again. A photo of her and Benji at the fair somehow reached Dallas. When he saw it, he got very angry. He rushed in the bank where Ava worked and caused a big scene. He yelled in front of everyone, saying he wanted a divorce. He told her to get a lawyer and embarrassed her in public. People watched in shock, and Ava felt humiliated. Rona, who was there, was furious. She told Ava that Dallas didn't deserve anything and that she should take back everything she had given him in a marriage. Later, Ava went to sign the divorce papers. This time, she didn't feel sad at all. She knew she had done her best and had nothing to feel sorry for. Dallas saw how peaceful and free she looked while signing. That made him even angrier. He started shouting again, accusing her of cheating with Benji, even though nothing had happened between them at that time. To cheer Ava up, Rona planned a surprise party at her house. It was meant to celebrate Ava's new beginning. Rona had secretly invited Benji, and when Ava saw him, she was happy and surprised. She decided to enjoy the evening and danced with him. She let go of her stress and allowed herself to feel good again. The mood was light and joyful. Meanwhile, Jim got a warning that Dallas was hiding outside the house. Jim went out to stop him before he caused more problems. Dallas saw that Ava was at the party and felt hurt that Jim, his close friend, had taken Ava's side. Feeling betrayed, Dallas drove away into the night. After the party, Ava invited Benji to her place. She thanked him again for respecting her in the past. Then, she shared her feelings. She said she didn't want anything serious, just something simple and not emotional. She explained that she was almost 40 and wasn't looking for love anymore. But Benji showed her care and kindness, and they spent the night together. The next morning, while Ava was getting ready for work, she was shocked to find Dallas sitting at her dining table. He was eating cereal like nothing had happened. She told him to leave her home. He claimed he wanted to make things right again, but Ava stood her ground. She said she had changed and was no longer the woman who would always try to please him. But Dallas refused to accept it and said he was staying. When he went upstairs, he saw Benji. A fight broke out between them. Even though Dallas had more experience, Benji was stronger and knocked him down. Ava was furious and dragged Dallas, bruised and hurt, out of her house. Later that day, Rona saw Dallas's truck parked near the bank. His face was swollen from the fight. She called her husband Jim and told him everything that happened. She also told Ava that it was time to file a restraining order. But Ava remained calm and said she could take care of things on her own. At the same time, Benji got bad news from his farm. He rushed there and found several of his animals had died. Ava's father, Mr. Clarence, had already seen the damage and believed someone had poisoned them. It didn't take long for Benji to guess that Dallas was behind it. When Clarence heard that Dallas had been inside Ava's house earlier that day, he became very angry. He grabbed his things and drove straight to Atlanta. At the same time, Jim found Dallas again, standing outside the bank and watching Ava. Dallas claimed Ava had been with Benji the whole time, but Jim defended her. He told Dallas she had always been loyal. Dallas didn't like that and walked away. Benji called Ava to tell her about what happened to the farm. He also told her that her father was on the way. Hearing all this finally made Ava decide to get the restraining order. But Dallas wasn't done. He waited near the grocery store that Ava's mother visited every Tuesday. When she arrived, he cornered her and blamed her for turning Ava against him. She was scared but managed to get away before he could hurt her. Back at Ava's house, Clarence changed all the locks and set up new security cameras. He gave Ava a shotgun and told her to protect herself if Dallas ever came back. After finishing everything, he left to return home. That evening, Ava went out with Benji, Rona, and Jim for dinner. But Dallas showed up and tried to ruin it. Rona warned him to leave or she'd call the police. Dallas tried to cause more pain by telling everyone that Jim had been messaging another woman named Kelly for years. Rona was shocked. Jim admitted it happened once a long time ago and that he had already told Rona. But the moment still made her upset. Later that night, Clarence returned to his home and grabbed his guns. Even though Ava's mom hadn't told him about the supermarket incident, he had heard it from neighbors. Worried, she called Ava to warn her. Clarence then went to Dallas's house. He told him to stay away from Ava and her mother. But Dallas and his brothers attacked Clarence. Things turned bad quickly. Luckily, Ava and Benji arrived just in time and took Clarence to the hospital. Ava decided it was time to end this once and for all. She called Dallas and made him jealous. She told him Benji gave her things he never could. She tricked him into thinking Benji was at her house and asked him to come over. While Benji was still at the hospital, he realized Ava was gone. He quickly called Rona and Jim to help him find her. Dallas showed up at Ava's house, ready to fight. But only Ava was there. She reminded him of how much she had cared for him and how he never treated her well. Dallas got angry, pulled out a gun, and threatened her. Ava stayed strong and didn't back down. She told him she used to believe she could help him become better, but now she knew he didn't want to change. She told him Benji had made her feel happy, something Dallas never did. In a burst of rage, Dallas hit her. That was exactly what Ava had planned. She quickly called the police to report the attack. When Dallas tried to hit her again, she grabbed the shotgun her dad gave her and shot him. He fell to the floor, bleeding, and died there. Meanwhile, Clarence slowly got better in the hospital. But the Bertrand family now had another loss to deal with. This time, the death of Dallas.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.